This third phase of answering the call to do more with your life has been about how the world really needs what you've got to offer. And I want to finish up this phase by bringing you an example of somebody who had a great mission in her life, and that is the Sunday Times war correspondent, Marie Colvin. There's two reasons I want to tell the story of Marie Colvin. First of all is that she is an incredible example of somebody who really had a great mission in her life and who wasn't afraid to get outside of her comfort zone and put herself in danger to fulfill this mission. And secondly, really, that I think this is a story that should be told as much and as often as possible. So, as I said, Marie Colvin was a war correspondent for the Sunday Times. And her mission really was to bear witness to the suffering of others and to give people a voice who otherwise would not have a voice. And this mission drove her into areas really that no other journalist would dare to go. And she put herself in danger regularly. And in fact, she lost her eye in the line of duty in the war in Sri Lanka. And so she wore an eye patch. And in February 2012, she entered Syria illegally with her photographer, Paul Conroy. All the journalists were refused entry to report on the war in Syria, and the events that were happening in there were being misrepresented. So she and her photographer entered illegally, as I said, through, and the story is told in a documentary Under the Wire that you can download from YouTube. And they entered under this tunnel, this 3-kilometre tunnel into the district of Homs, and they resided in the media centre there. And she went about reporting the stories with purpose and efficiency in this area. And as I said, she really wasn't frightened to put herself into the danger zone to deliver her mission. She came out and she actually went back in again to carry on. And the area in Homs is a civilian area that was being under relentless bombardment by the Syrian regime, by the Assad regime, the Syrian government. And as I said, these events were being misreported, but she was reporting them and telling these stories. So it was in this time, February 2012, that Marie Colvin was killed in the line of duty. And the evidence that's come out since her death was that she was actually targeted by the Syrian regime. So what she was doing was that important that made her targeted by the Syrian government. And they found the signal from her mobile phone and bombed the media centre. She was in it. She lost her life. Another French photographer lost his life too, and the other people in the team were injured and had to escape and are now going about telling the story. So yeah, it's a really important story to keep telling. So when I think about what drove Marie Colvin and her colleagues into doing what they're doing, I do believe it is an incredible example of the strength of the human spirit and being driven by a mission. I think what happens often when we think about doing great things with our life or doing more with our life even, it doesn't have to be incredibly great things. I don't say that any of us can be like Marie Colvin or any of the great leaders who've inspired us. And in fact, if I say that we can all be like that, then that probably takes away from the incredible work that she did. But it's not about that. It's about taking her legacy and using her example to inspire us to know that we can do more. And as I said, she was driven by a mission. She connected with her passion. She was driven by her mission. And it is connecting with your mission that ignites the human spirit. And I think this is a thing that we often underestimate. It is the strength of the human spirit when we can put ourselves under adversity that really shines through. And this is what's really inspiring. So really what I want Marie Colvin's story to be is an example that we can do more with our lives and not to be frightened to go outside our comfort zone, because if she can do that, there's more that we can all do with our lives to be really stepping up to the challenge of what the world needs from us now. And that's what this series has been about. So in the next series, phase 4, is taking the red pill. And Taking the red pill is obviously the metaphor from the Matrix trilogy. And it's, do you take the red pill and go on with your mission, or do you take the blue pill and go back to your ignorance, your blissful ignorance? And I believe that once we do connect with our mission to do something greater with our lives, that it is like taking the red pill. Because once you do connect with that, really there's no going back. In the next phase, I shall be talking about what that means. So I hope you will join me for that.